Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CSGO Clutch Podcast. My name is Adam Cohn. I am your host. Join my co-host, Dan Welch. Dan, what's happening, my friend?
Oh, not too much. Just watching a little baseball, chilling. Wife is gone for 3 days, and I'm eating lots of chips.
Yeah, we're doing pre-show, and I just hear like a wrinkling of a bag. I'm like, so that's the chips I hear. To which Dan starts laughing. All right, so we got a 3-game slate here. First, a little bit of housekeeping. Dan's taking over the podcast. No, I'm kidding.
Remember, I am the jelly. You are the peanut butter.
But jelly tastes way better.
Yeah, but you cannot have a jelly sandwich. How many times do we have to go over this?
Bullshit! Pardon my language. I love jelly sandwiches. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and don't forget the classic fluffernutter.
Nobody eats jelly sandwiches. You put jelly on toast at a diner because they don't give you peanut butter. But that's it.
See, I like jelly sandwiches. Anyway, this is not the jelly sandwich podcast or the peanut butter and jelly sandwich podcast. But regardless, we go together like peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah.
All right, so the housekeeping note is Dan and I had the pleasure of recording an interview with Jack Porter from Clout Fantasy. They are an amazing esports app, and we're going to be getting into them more here on the podcast in the coming weeks. But right now, they are currently working on their desktop version, so I can't stream. If you guys are if you're watching this on YouTube, if you're listening, fantastic. But if you're watching, I can't do anything about it. I can't show you the product yet, but we will be soon. So what I will do is in the link in the description below this video, by the way, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way that you'll know every single time one of these podcasts are dropped. And leave a comment down below as well. In the description below this video, you're going to see a link to go to the Clout Fantasy website. Click that link. It'll take you there. You can learn all about Clout Fantasy and everything they're doing. That interview is going to be up hopefully at some point later this week. I'm currently trying to do some edits on it, so bear with me on that. So that interview will be coming up hopefully by the end of this week.
I just invited some of the boys to the Clout Discord too.
Excellent. Yes, I'll put up the Clout Discord link in there as well. So yeah, they're an amazing new app, or relatively new. And
yeah,
they are esports focused. They have no other sports. They are a full esports DFS platform, and it's a question-based platform. Again, more about Clout Fantasy in the upcoming weeks as well.
Just one thing, Adam. I think it sounded like they're going to do bracket pools, which I love, especially for big tournaments.
We shall see, but they're just going to have to listen to our interview podcast to find out more.
Yeah.
Excellent. So now we got to get to Draftkings, because that's where we get the meat of this in, because we get a $2,000 to first tournament. Thanks, Draftkings. Oops, did I say that? But it is.
It's more like a thin lamb chop.
Well, I mean, there's enough meat on the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
There's not even 1,000 entries in this tournament.
I know, it's bad. Well, I don't know if you saw Adam, but they had a 5,000. They had a mini max, and I think it was half full.
You'll love to see
Probably
it.
An hour before it was ready for lock.
Imagine if DraftKings promoted CSGO. Oops, did I say that?
Wouldn't be that hard.
It
really wouldn't be that hard.
Or quite frankly, maybe they do and I just don't see it.
No, they don't.
So anyway, regardless, we love playing on DraftKings. We love our friends over at DraftKings. You know what I love more is I like winning money. Let's see if we can, one of us take this 2,000 down, or one of our listeners take down this 2,000 here. This is the Roulette Cup. This is day 2. So we get the next set of groups. We get Group C and Group D. Headed off here, and we get a 3-game slate here, Dan. We have 1 9 a.m. game, 2 11 o'clock games according to DraftKings. I believe the games are actually like 9 and 1 or something like that. So keep that in mind as well if you're playing any of the late slates on DraftKings. So let's get into it. We got a 3-game slate, Dan. We got Eternal Fire versus Ents. And let's go over the Pinnacle betting odds here.
Wonder who will win that.
I know the suspense is crazy. Ents come in at a minus 433 favorite. Eternal Fire, the plus 328 underdog. Imperial are a plus 166 underdog against Mouse, who are surprisingly a minus 205 favorite.
Yeah.
And we have Furia, a minus 847 favorite, versus 9Z, who are a plus 580 underdog.
Oh, good lord.
So I think we're going to get through two of these games rather quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into it here as we head off Pinnacle and head back here to Draftkings. So Pinnacle, we also have Outsiders and Fours that they have up in betting odds as well. Outsiders, a minus 165 favorite against Fours, who are a plus 135 underdog. I like the Fours upset in that one, but you can't play it on Draftkings here, but going to be a fun match to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Ensa firmly in play, Eternal Fire only for MMEs. Did I miss anything?
Yeah, I didn't realize how weak the slate was.
Yeah, this isn't exactly a strong slate.
Yeah.
We're gonna get into some strong slates most likely on Friday when we have the winners matches.
Yeah.
I believe the winners are on Friday. The deciders, actually, is it the winners or the deciders? Let's go to HLTV.org and let's actually find this out. Yeah, because I'm actually really curious. I remember I was looking off this.
Ooh, thank you. There's a lot of Counter-Strike tomorrow.
So we got. Yes, the winners matches are on Friday. The elimination winners matches Friday, elimination matches on Saturday. The decider matches are on Sunday, and then we head right into the playoffs: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the grand final on Thursday. So just keep that in mind, all right? So we're gonna have some amazing. We already got Big versus FaZe, and Cloud9 versus either Astralis or Movie Star Riders. So. A lot of Counter-Strike. There was some, I guess, some server issues today, so Astralis and Movie Star Riders was supposed to go off today, but they did not.
6 a.m.
Yeah, and they're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna go off at 6 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow.
And they're replaying. They're not restarting, so that's important. Glaive cannot play in the first map.
Correct. Glaive cannot play in the first map. If Glaive can play, you can only play maps 2 and 3. 3, obviously, if needed. Thank you, Draftkings, for actually not including that on this, because that was one of the things I was really interested to see.
But if he does play map 2 and they sweep, then he gets the RNP.
Yeah, but that would be on today's slate.
Right.
And and they're not on this slate, thank goodness.
Just informing the people.
Yes, well, I appreciate, and they appreciate the information. Dan, could you, give us any kind of analysis here on this game to make this, halfway talkable?
Not really. It's an all favorites kind of day.
I can't think of anything to make this talkable. Spinks, Hades, my favorite 1-2 from Ments. I go Madden 3, Snappy 4, D-Haw 5. Actually, D-Haw 4 and take your pick. All 5 are in play. Snappy did a price. Snappy's at 6K. D-Haw 8,800. Can you all just hear my enthusiasm for this just massive favorites day?
Well, no, but yeah. No, but yes.
So I actually I'm gonna move Madden to 2, Hades 3, D-Haw 4, Snappy 5, and that's realistically you can play the D-Haw Snappy. It doesn't really matter. They play probably the same on the slate. I have no interest in anyone on Eternal Fire, maybe outside of Woxic and Xantares.
Yeah, that's it.
And Woxic is the Opera for Eternal Fire, and Xantares is the IGL for Eternal Fire, I believe. I think Xantares is IGLing, right?
It would make sense. He's the most veteran.
Yeah. And then we got Hades the Opera. Yeah, Hades the Opera for Ents. Spinks the best player in Ents on Ents, and then you have Snappy the IGL as well. Spinks is one of the main riflers on the team. So I have nothing else to say here.
High floor, low ceiling.
Mm-hmm. I really wish I could sound more enthusiastic. It's just, with all due respect to Eternal Fire, when we get to Furia 9Z, with all due respect to 9Z, this is, you're up against Ents, which are one of the top 3 teams in the world right now, and Furia, who should just absolutely plow through 9Z. Right, Mr. Dan?
Yeah, Yuri Day.
Oh, okay. we'll get to that. So let's move on. Unless you have anything else you want to talk about in this game.
Nope.
Let's go. Let's get into a game that's actually a little bit more fun. Mouse versus Imperial. All right, let's go over the mouse side of things first. Torzy comes in at $9,000. He's the opera for mouse. So Torzy, $9,000 on this slate, followed by Frozen at $8,200. BMass at $7,400, like the kind of jack of all trades that for mouse. JDC at $6,400, and Dexter, the IGL, at $5,600. What do you like here for mouse? Because I kind of really like BMass on this slate at that price.
I love BMass.
I don't think anyone's going to play him.
Yeah, I say that's your opportunity. I mean, if he goes off, then you're probably gonna do well.
Yeah. Shout out to Ty Star's boy BMass.
Ty.
BMass is overpriced at $7,400, which is why I think no one's gonna play him.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's kind of sucked lately too, so it's a good spot.
And if Imperial don't show up and they struggle, BMass can take advantage of that for sure.
Yeah, he's so good.
Torzy and Frozen, kind of a given of the two best players on this team. JDC is kind of like a wild card.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Dexter obviously can have good games as well. We know he's a good fragger. But sometimes he kind of ends up in just doing more IGLing than fragging.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, agreed.
Which is fine. Alright. Imperial, this is what I want to get into. Fur is 7,800. Bolts at 7,000. Fallen, the Opper in IGL for Imperial, 6,200. Vinny, 5,400. And FNX is ridiculously underpriced at 4,800. I like Imperial to upset Mouse. I like Imperial to upset Mouse 2-1. Maybe even 2-0. This is an upset call.
They seem to play up to teams.
I like Fur, Bolts, Fallen, FNX, and Vinny in that order.
Who did I just see them play? Hold on 1 second. Enterprise. They lost to Enterprise, and it's like they play up to the right teams and they play down to the wrong, to the lesser teams.
A team that almost made the Antwerp major playoffs.
Right, lost to Enterprise with Harn. Okay, I'm not saying Harn is bad. He's definitely good, but he's a tier 2 opera. He's never gonna be like tier 1.
You never know.
Yeah, maybe, but maybe just like like the Imperial guys are old, and I don't know. Maybe the
project was called The Last Dance for a reason. It really should have been The Last Dance plus Vinny.
Yeah, I agree. So it might be a coin flip, but I gotta favor the non-Imperial team. I can't even remember who they're playing. Oh, Mouse. Yeah, I mean,
Mouse.
Imperial and GPPs, but
you guys can just tell our excitement on the slate because of the favorites.
You just fade. You just do a 3-3, 3 Furia, 3 whoever else is playing. Whoever, and move on.
Oh boy. So you could play 3 Astralis if you wanted to. They're not on the slate, but Dan is basically saying if you want to play the Astralis that are not on the slate, please by all means play them. Yeah, only kidding. It's fine. It's late at night. We're recording this a little bit late.
Ents and Furia. 3-3.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a way to get different. You take the 2 stomp games and hope the players that play score well. That's an interesting looking at. I'm going to probably play Imperial. If I'm playing this slate, I'd play Imperial. Mouse, definitely fine as well. I would take the underdogs here and try to get different in your lineups.
Yeah, Imperial's so inconsistent that they could
even better of a GPP play. If they come out and stop Mouse 2-0, they're probably on the winning lineup.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, gotta embrace the variance, especially on this slate. So what that means is play Eternal Fire at 9Z, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you later. Bye! No, I'm kidding. No. So like,
Good podcast.
you want exposure to Eternal Fire and 9Z if you're playing in MMEs. If you're single entering, stay away.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
Take two from Mence, two from Furia, and figure out what you want to do from this game. Or do like Dan said, go really weird and go 3 Ents, 3 Furia, and skip this game entirely.
I think you can. I think the cheap guys on Ents are good enough to get 60 or 70 points. Snappy or
I mean, I give Eternal Fire more, with all due respect to 9Z, I give Eternal Fire more respect than 9Z.
yeah, of course, but
9Z is like a
Eternal
tier.
Fire is the Dignitas of
Holy moly! You just called Eternal Fire the Dignitas of tier 2.
They are though. They're the new Dignitas.
Yeah, well, like, with all due respect to 9Z, they're like a tier 3 team,
Yeah, 9Z is bad.
or maybe even tier 2. But like, I mean, Max. We'll talk about it. I mean, let's get anything else in this game before we get into it.
No, I'm good.
All right, so Dan, so let's get into it. Let's talk about 9Z versus Furia. And I actually think, Dan, this is really, really interesting because I think the fact that look, Max and Digit are your best players on this team. Max,
Yeah.
Digit 5800, Max 5200 are 100% firmly in play on this slate. I
Sure.
don't know the rest of 9Z if they're in play, but talk to us about 9Z real quick.
I can't because I know nothing about them, and I know that they had Try, and they kind of stripped their team down, and now they're rebuilding. They're Brazilian, so who knows? Like they could beat Vitality.
For those that haven't been following along with 9Z, they had an opper called Try, who's now moved up into like the tier 2 scene. I forget who he's with now. Isn't he with Cold Zera's Double O Nation group?
Double Internation.
Which again, for
I don't know
Try
if
was going to be a move up. But Try was going to be a move up, so.
supposed to be. Yeah, he's young too, so that's not even relevant. Yeah, they're gonna get stomped. There's no point in even talking about it. Furia's gonna absolutely embarrass these guys, and
Yeah.
that's what Brazilian teams do to each other. They have no respect for each other. They're very confident. They're very arrogant, and they just stomp.
Yeah. No
And
worries whatsoever. I'm also going to apologize if anyone can hear any background noise at all. I'm working on. There's some background noise going on up here where I'm recording. Not a big deal at all. Like I said, Dad and I are recording this podcast a little bit later than normal as well. So, just a quick apologies anyway in advance. This is the perks about working from home, Dan. I mean, we don't get paid enough to have a studio.
someday.
Someday, living large, we can go in with our scepters and our capes and our crowns. I'm only kidding.
Well, I can't wait till the day that I win $5,000 and then we can go to Brazil or something.
Again with the IEM. Oh, I just think you want to go to Rio.
I do. Who wouldn't want to go to Rio? I know you know what I'm thinking, but I'm not gonna say it again because I'm happily married.
Oh, yeah, I'm not getting in trouble.
So there's a reason I want to go, Adam. Oh my god.
Anyway, back to Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
So I would play Digit and Max. I think if you're playing 9Z, I think those are the ones you'd go after. Quite frankly, they just added NQZ before this tournament. David has been around for a while. Rox, I don't know anything about.
Yeah, fuck them. Don't. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. All of our virgin ears will apologize. There's a reason this is over 18 podcasting. I think.
If you do 50 lineups and you have 5 with 9Z, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, like again, now 9Z have a chance to upset Furia, but this is like a.
But it's gonna be a team. It's gonna be a game stack. It's not gonna be like. There's absolutely no way they 2-0 Furia and make it into the optimal that way. It's gonna be like
Furia should go in and stomp them. All 5 from Furia are in play on this slate. Every single one of them. Do
Well,
I?
hold on. So listen. So today, Flames 5400 in a 2-0 loss gets 71 points.
Oh, Flames
You
went
need
nuts.
you're gonna need Flames to win. Like there's no doubt about that. But you can't have Neofrag or Ficue. And if you do, you're not gonna win. So it's going to be a similar situation, or not similar. Like it's going to have to be a similar situation
So
where
you
only
so
one
you
of
can
them
build your 9Z stacks as a one run back.
one off. Yeah, because of price.
Yeah.
And if you have more than one, then you've already lost. I
I
would say.
think Digit would be my play, then Max closely behind in that order.
Yeah, I agree.
So everyone from Fury is in play. This is kind of not surprising. Dan and I have been talking about it. There really is no surprise. Fury is the biggest favorite on the slate. Drop is my least favorite. So in order, I mean
No,
Dan thinks it's a Yuri day. I think it's a Quesarado day. Play both.
drop is good.
I don't even
Don't
want to hear.
fake drop.
I don't want to hear it.
Drop is good.
Drop is the weakest on this team.
Of course, but he's still good.
Against
Doesn't.
9Z, sure, but I say he's the least of my of the five in my opinion. Safi
That's what
would
I'm
be
saying.
third, Art fourth, Drop fifth. What do you think?
Um, yeah, of course, but I think that for price reasons, drop is higher up.
Yeah,
I mean,
I mean, Drop 6,600. He's priced about right.
Art is probably my favorite player of the slate.
Oh, with his
Cause,
aggressive style,
yeah, because finally, like Art, this is a perfect spot for Art.
go for it. I
Yeah,
just have zero enthusiasm to pick whoever I want. I just have.
yeah,
It, this is such. I wish we had more to talk about here on this slate because this is such a favorite slate, like you said. Like this is a favorites day.
yeah.
There's no like we're trying to come up with like some sort of content for you guys and like some even like some witty banner, but like we're 22 minutes into this podcast and we're pretty much done. Like
Yeah, I would say so.
this is such a favorites day. I just wish there was more Dan and I could talk about, but this is a pretty straightforward slate. One of the most straightforward slates I think in a while, at least since you and I have been doing this podcast, and the ones we've recorded anyway. I think this is a pretty straightforward slate.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, let's get into it then. Our core value GPP and favorite team stack segment. Dan, one core, two value, two GPP, and a favorite team stack. Who you got?
Core Yuri,
Okay.
value would be Max or DGT.
Okay.
GBP would be Jesus. I gotta think about it.
You want me to start giving mine? We'll come back to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
Core play for me is going to be. I'm just gonna go Quesarado. I really want to say Spinks. I just think Quesarado is just in a great spot, but he might. What? I'll put Spinks as one of my GPP plays and Quesarado as a core play. Because, like, Yuri, Quesarado, and Safi should be carrying this team. And any of the five in this game could carry, or it could just be evened out stats. Value. Sorry, go ahead.
Frozen for
Frozen.
GPP.
Frozen GPP, one more.
Bemis.
I like it. Value plays for me are going to be Snappy and JDC. GPP, I'm going to go with Fur and Spinks. Favorite team stack, Dan?
Furia.
Yeah, Imperial for me for a GPP stack. I really wish we had more content, guys. I apologize. But you know what we do have, Dan? We got prize picks. We got them
Yeah, buddy.
prize picks. Heading over here
Oh
to
my.
the CSGO tab. And we're just going to totally skip all these first ones here because they're starting tonight as I record the podcast. Skipping. Let's start off with Sly and Harris for 777. From there down, Dan. Give us 3 prize picks.
Um. Hmm,
I can tell you one that's standing out to me right now. Woxic over 32.5.
definitely. So, Adam, I have some technical difficulties in my not able to access the Prize Picks website. So
You have technical difficulties. You know what that means? Listeners, that means Dan wants me to screen share in Discord for him.
yes, please.
Here you go, Dan.
All right. Yeah, I can't get in. So
It is totally fine.
whatever you pick, Adam, I like.
So I get to do all 5 of them?
Yep.
Wow. Madden over 36.5.
Boom. Agreed.
Woxic over 32.5.
Agreed.
Kensei over 35.5 versus Outsiders.
Agreed.
Norbit under 37.5 versus Fours.
Norbert.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Remember, Outsiders just added Norbit and Flame. I'm sorry,
I feel like
Norbit and Fame.
that feels like a little trappy, but
It is a little choppy. I'd go under. I don't feel good about it, but I go like I don't have a super strong take. Like this is not a super strong take for me under, but like I don't feel super good about the pick, but I'm not against it either. You know what I mean?
yeah, I feel like there might be better ones, but
I mean it's choppy. All right, so we can just get rid of the Norbit one. Ignore everything I just said. Nikados over 35.5.
absolutely. That's an insult.
Those are map 3s. Yeah.
Which actually has some So what I have found is that if you can get a map 3 line, they typically go over.
Depends.
Yeah, of course, but it seems like the lines are too low for the map 3.
Maybe. All right, so those are my them being my plays. Oh, wait a minute. Flit versus his former team, 36.5. Give me the over. Just in a I'm playing against my former team narrative.
Agreed.
All right. That's going to do it here for this episode of the podcast. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment down below. Hit that notification bell. That way you all know every single time one of these podcasts are recorded. Dan, anything else you want to plug here before we go?
Have a good night.
All right. Follow us on Twitter at AdamWX21, at Wandelch, WANDLCH, and follow the podcast at CSGO Clutch Pod, and be on the lookout this week for that interview with Cloud Fantasy. For Dan, I'm Adam. Good luck on this slate. Latest, peoples.